There's a 3-ingredient combination you can make right now for under $3 that kills every weed in your driveway, fence line, and garden bed in under 48 hours. Not slows them down, kills them. Brown, collapsed, dried to the root. And with one adjustment to the salt ratio, the ground where you apply it stays dead for 30 days or more with no reapplication. 2 of those 3 ingredients are already in your kitchen. The third costs 79 cents at any grocery store. The version most people already tried did not work. Not because the chemistry is wrong, but because of one concentration number they got wrong from the start. That number is what this entire video is about. The active ingredient here is acetic acid. That is the compound in vinegar. At 5% concentration, which is exactly what every bottle of white vinegar in your pantry contains, acetic acid contacts plant surfaces and begins attacking the outer cell membrane of the leaf through 2 simultaneous mechanisms. It lowers the pH of the cellular environment to a level that shuts down the enzymes responsible for photosynthesis. And it begins pulling water out of surface cells through osmotic pressure. The weed browns in 24 hours and appears completely dead, but 5% acetic acid does not penetrate reliably into the vascular tissue, the phloem and xylem cells that carry water and nutrients between the root system and the shoot above ground. The root is untouched. Within 5 to 10 days, it sends up a new shoot from the exact same root system and you're back to square one. At 30% concentration, the mechanism changes entirely. 30% acetic acid penetrates through the waxy cuticle layer, through the epidermal cells, and into the vascular tissue below. It denatures the proteins that hold the transport system together. The root is severed from the shoot at the cellular level. Regrowth is not possible. Horticultural vinegar at 30% is sold at most hardware stores and online for $12 to $17 a gallon, enough to treat a full driveway, an entire fence line, and every crack in a sidewalk multiple times over. Here is where almost every tutorial breaks down. Dish soap is not optional, and it is not a filler. It is a surfactant, a compound that reduces the surface tension of the liquid it is mixed into. Plant leaves are hydrophobic by design. They are coated in a waxy cuticle layer that causes water-based solutions to bead up and roll off without making real contact with the tissue underneath. Without a surfactant, the vinegar solution touches only a fraction of the leaf surface, and the rest drains straight to the soil. 2 tablespoons of dish soap per spray bottle breaks that surface tension completely. The solution spreads flat across the entire exposed leaf and holds contact long enough to saturate the tissue. The same concentration of acetic acid now reaches 4 to 5 times the cellular area it would without the soap. Cuticle thickness also varies significantly by weed species. Torpedo grass and bindweed carry far thicker cuticles than common broadleaf weeds, which is exactly why they survive spray applications that kill everything nearby. Soap is the equalizer. Any dish soap works. Now the salt. This is where the combination shifts from a contact herbicide into a soil sterilant. Table salt, sodium chloride, dissolves into the soil and separates into sodium and chloride ions. Sodium ions in high concentration around the root zone disrupt osmotic pressure inside root cells. Plants pull water from the soil by drawing water molecules across the root membrane from areas of lower solute concentration toward the higher concentration inside the root cells. High sodium outside the root reverses that gradient entirely. Root cells begin losing water to the surrounding soil instead of absorbing it. Dehydration happening underground, at the root level, where the acetic acid never reaches. Half a cup of salt per spray bottle creates a lethal ionic environment around the root systems of small to medium weeds within 24 to 48 hours of application. Clay soils bind sodium ions more tightly than sandy soils and extend the effect significantly. In clay-heavy ground, the sterilization window routinely pushes well past 30 days. Annual weeds with shallow fibrous roots respond faster than deep taprooted perennials, which is worth knowing before you decide whether one application is enough. The limitation is rain. Sodium is water-soluble. A significant rainfall dilutes the ionic concentration below the lethal threshold and the window closes. In a dry period, 30 days of bare ground is realistic. In a wet climate, plan for reapplication every 2 to 3 weeks and lean on the vinegar as the primary kill mechanism with the salt as a secondary suppression layer underneath. Here is the exact recipe. Fill a 1-quart spray bottle with 30% horticultural vinegar. Add 2 tablespoons of dish soap. Add half a cup of regular table salt. Shake for a full minute. Undissolved salt crystals are the most common cause of a clogged spray tip, and most people assume the bottle is broken. If 30% vinegar is not available locally, restaurant supply stores carry industrial cleaning grade white vinegar that runs 20 to 25%, close enough for small weeds, though a second application is often needed on anything established. Apply enough solution to run slightly down the stem toward the soil line. For weeds in driveway cracks and between paving stones, angle the tip downward to drive solution directly into the crack and contact the root below. Do not water the area or let rain hit it for at least 24 hours. Timing the application is the part that almost no garden tutorial mentions. Plants are most metabolically active during peak sunlight hours, roughly 10 in the morning to 2 in the afternoon. During this window, the stomata on the leaf surface are fully open, and the vascular system is actively circulating. Acetic acid applied at this time penetrates tissue faster and drives deeper into the transport cells. Applying at dawn or after sunset, when stomata are closed, cuts the penetration rate significantly. One exception worth knowing: do not spray a plant that is already visibly wilting from drought stress. A plant in active drought survival mode has already closed its stomata and thinned its cellular water content. It is paradoxically less permeable than a fully hydrated healthy weed. The ideal target is a healthy weed in full sun with no rain in the 24-hour forecast. For mature weeds with deep taproots, dandelions, bindweed, anything established more than one full season, a single application is consistently not enough. Apply once, wait 48 hours, then apply a second time directly over the wilted plant and into the exposed soil at the base. The first application compromises the plant's structural defenses. The second goes further with far less resistance. 2 applications, 48 hours apart, will outperform any single heavy-handed application on established root systems. Here's the part that reframes this entire method. Deliberately salting soil to destroy its capacity to support plant life is one of the oldest documented forms of agricultural destruction in recorded history. Assyrian military records from the 9th century BC describe salting conquered farmland. Roman accounts document the deliberate plowing of salt into enemy agricultural ground after military victories to render the land permanently unworkable. Whether Carthage was literally salted after its destruction in 146 BC is debated by historians, but the underlying practice was real, recorded across Assyrian, Hittite, and Roman sources, and deliberately employed because those civilizations understood exactly what high sodium concentration does to a root system. That knowledge predates most cities on this continent by 2,000 years. It currently costs 79 cents a box. For locations where permanent bare ground is the goal, gravel driveways, the gaps between paving stones, the base of a chain link fence, doubling the salt to a full cup per bottle, and applying twice in one season builds a sodium concentration in the top few inches of soil that persists through multiple moderate rain events and locks out regrowth for several months to a full year depending on your rainfall. Do not bring this near garden beds, tree drip lines, or any soil where you intend to grow food or plants in the years ahead. Sodium accumulation in soil is extremely difficult to reverse and has no season. On hardscape, where bare ground is the permanent goal, this is the oldest and least expensive total vegetation control method that exists. $3, 2 kitchen ingredients, a chemistry lesson older than most written, languages, and the one concentration number that is the difference between a weed that is back next week and one that is not. Thanks for watching. If this saves you a trip to the hardware store, share it with someone still fighting weeds by hand. See you in the next one.